Welcome back guys, Real 3D Printing here. With Black Friday around the corner, many are considering what 3D printer to get. So stick around because in this video I'm going to give you my recommendation. So without further ado, let's roll the intro. And we're going to start it off with the Ender 3 B3 SE 3D printer from Creality. Now Creality has made so many versions of the Ender 3 that it's crazy. But I've owned a couple of them. It was actually one of my first printers and I've loved it, even though I had to struggle and level that bed almost every single day after a print. But the good thing about the SE version is that it comes with auto bed leveling, so you don't have to have a headache. It even says it here, relax and let it auto bed level for you. So that's why I'm recommending this at $169. This is a great 3D printer if you're just starting off. This thing has the Sprite Direct Extruder, which will work with PLA, PETG, and TPU. You also get auto filament loading and retraction, which is pretty standard nowadays, and a build volume of 220 by 220 by 250. So you get all of these features in a neat little package, and for the price, I think this is one of the best 3D printers that you can start off with. Moving on to the next 3D printer, the Elegoo Neptune 3 Plus. Now the reason I'm recommending this 3D printer is because of the generous build volume of 320 by 320 by 400 millimeters. This is going to be perfect for those larger projects. You can 3D print helmets on this thing and they'll come out pretty good. It has a very good quality, and it also has a 49-point automatic mesh bed leveling system that ensures you're going to get those good first layers. It also has a direct drive extruder, and what that means for you is that if you're going to be printing with flexible filaments like TPU, this thing is going to make it easier for you. It does come with a PEI coated print bed, which will make removing those 3D prints from the bed much easier. Now in terms of speed, the Elegoo Neptune 3 Plus can reach a maximum speed of 180 millimeters per second, which is not too quick or too fast by today's standards. And for the best print quality, I honestly would recommend sticking around the standard speed for this, which is 60 to 100, to get those pretty nice detailed prints. So it's not the fastest thing out there, but I think the build volume does compensate for the speed. So if you're looking to 3D print larger things and you don't really care about how long it's going to take, this is going to be perfect, especially for that price point right there, $229. It comes with automatic bed leveling, PI magnetic bed, and it's a quiet printer with very good fine detail prints. So that's why I'm recommending this. Now some of you might wonder, why not the Neptune 4 line? There's the Neptune Pro, 4 Plus, and 4 Max. From what I've seen online, I haven't owned one of these printers, but from what I've seen online, these 3D printers are plagued with issues and they get a lot of mixed reviews. So for now, I'm holding off on recommending the Elegoo's Neptune 4. Moving on to the next printer in line, the Bambu Lab A1. And let me tell you guys, out of the bed slingers, in my opinion, the Bambu Lab A1 is the best bed slinger out there. You know that Bambu Lab is known for their quality, and they have been rocking the market when it comes to 3D printing with their 3D printers. And the A1 is a great entry into the Bambu Lab ecosystem. This printer comes with everything. I'm talking about full auto calibration. It doesn't even have the little knobs that other printers have for you to level the C offset. No, this thing will do everything. It even has some features that its older brothers, the P1P, the P1S, and the X1C has, which is the vibration resonant and nozzle pressure calibration, which is just crazy for a bed slinger. This thing has a build volume of 256 millimeters cubed, and it is pretty fast. This thing can go up to 500 millimeters per second. But one of the coolest things that you can do with this is if you have the AMS light. The AMS light will allow you to start printing in multicolor. And let me tell you, once you get that multicolor capability, you're not going to even want to go back to any other printer that does not do multicolor, because it is that good. Bambu Lab, by the way, has a tool on their website that allows you to make your own keychains multicolored, and a whole bunch of other stuff like 3D keychains, pictures. You can 3D print a picture. Imagine that. So that's why I think the A1, it's an amazing printer to get, especially now during the Black Friday sale. You also get the Bambu Handy application, where you can monitor your prints through the included webcam. You can set up time lapses, whole bunch of features that you get, and that just make it so easy, right? And that's what Bambu Lab is known for. It's known for ease of use and quality printing. So if you want a 3D printer that you could literally just take out of the box, set up, and start printing and get good results, I definitely would recommend the Bambu Lab A1. Right now the A1 is $299, but if you're looking to get the AMS combo, it's going to be $449. However, if you just want the 3D printer, again, you can just upgrade later on by buying the AMS separately. And now for the next 3D printer, the Creality K1C. Now you might have seen this one around in the background of my videos, and that is because I own this 3D printer, and let me tell you, this 3D printer does not disappoint. Out of the 5 3D printers that I'm covering in this video, the Creality K1C is the fastest of them all, with the ability to print at 600 millimeters per second. This 3D printer has the same build volume as the Ender 3 mentioned at the beginning of the video. However, it does have the enclosure, which lets you print those higher temperature filaments like ABS, ASA, PETG, and TPU, and so on and so forth. But the main selling feature of this 3D printer is that it can 3D print carbon fiber, and that's what the C in the name stands for. That's why it has a clog-free extruder kit that comes with a tri-tip, or a unicorn nozzle as they call it, which is hardened steel, allowing you to 3D print those abrasive materials. The K1C also comes with a camera, and now this camera has AI built in, so it'll try and detect when something is going wrong. Because I recently got this 3D printer, I haven't really had a failed print, so I don't know what that notification looks like, but I'm sure it's a good backup to have for if anything goes wrong with your prints. And the good thing is that you're buying a 3D printer from a reputable company. Creality has been in the business for a long time. They have their own application as well. And you get 1 year of Creality Cloud VIP, where you have access to their library of 3D models. Plus you get a 2-year free warranty. Should anything happen to the printer, you can submit a support ticket, and they are pretty responsive from my experience. And because Creality is such a big company, parts, filaments, anything you need that's available for this 3D printer, you can pretty much find on their website. Should you ever need to replace anything, or if you ever need anything, they also have their own filament, which I've tried, and it's actually pretty cheap compared to other ones. So if you have a slightly higher budget, this is a great 3D printer to get for $450. I highly recommend this printer, and this will be also future proof because you have that availability to print all of those extra materials should you want to in the future.
Before we move on to the last 3D printer, it would really mean a lot to me if you guys hit subscribe and like, and maybe leave comments. This is going to help my channel grow, and it's going to help me provide better and better content. Hopefully, I do have a lot of ideas that I want to implement, and the only way that I can continue to bring everybody all this content is if I get some exposure. So without further ado, introducing the Bambu Lab P1S. This is a great all-around printer. It's a Core XY printer. It comes with an enclosure so that you can print those higher temperature filaments, but it's also very stable because of the form factor. You'll be able to 3D print things very quickly with this printer while also maintaining that high level of detail. In my opinion, this is the best entry into the Bambu Lab ecosystem because you get pretty much the same features as his big brother, the X1 Carbon. The only difference is that this one doesn't have that big screen, but because Bambu Lab has their Bambu Handy and their desktop app, Bambu Studio, you're not really going to be missing that screen on this 3D printer. Not to mention that it's definitely future proof. This thing can 3D print pretty much any material you throw at it. And there are now a whole bunch of upgrades that weren't there when it first came out, so you can always upgrade it to meet your needs. Again, with this one, you can either just get the printer for a price of $549, or you can get the P1S combo for $749. If not, then you can just upgrade later. But of course, what makes this printer so fun to have is having that multicolor printing ability with the AMS system. So if down the line you end up getting that, trust me, you will not regret it. You can make so many things. There's a lot of variety once you start adding color in. So for the best all-around experience, doesn't matter if you're a beginner, intermediate, or advanced, in my opinion, the Bambu Lab P1S is the best 3D printer you can get right now at this price range.